The family dinner was going so well, I almost forgot why I usually dread them. The food was great, the conversation was light, and for a moment, I felt like we were a normal, happy family. Then, my mom, with a casual smile, dropped a bombshell that shattered the peace. "Oh honey," she said, turning to me, "we're so glad you're doing well. It's the perfect time for your sister, Chloe, to move in with you. She'll be starting her new job downtown next month, and your place is just so convenient." I froze, my fork hovering midair. I looked at my dad, who just nodded in agreement. I looked at Chloe, who was staring at her plate, avoiding my eyes. They hadn't asked me, they had told me. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a declaration. My one-bedroom apartment, my sanctuary, my personal space that I had worked so hard to afford and maintain, was suddenly being handed over without my consent. "Move in with me," I finally managed to say, my voice barely a whisper. "What are you talking about? I live in a one-bedroom apartment. There's no space." My dad chuckled, as if I'd told a silly joke. "Oh, don't be so dramatic. It's just for a little while, until she gets on her feet. You two can share the bedroom. It'll be like a slumber party, just like when you were kids." A slumber party, right? Except we weren't kids anymore. I was a 30-year-old woman with a demanding career and a life I had carefully built for myself. A life that required privacy and quiet. Chloe was 24, fresh out of college, and known for her chaotic lifestyle. Late-night parties, and a general disregard for anyone else's schedule. We loved each other, but we were fundamentally incompatible as roommates. I knew this. They knew this. I took a deep breath, trying to keep my voice steady. "Mom, Dad, I love Chloe, but that's not going to work. My apartment is tiny. I work from home a lot and need my space. It's just not feasible." My mom's smile faded, replaced by a look of disappointment. "I don't understand why you're being so difficult. This is family. Family helps each other. We helped you when you needed it. Now it's your turn to help your sister." The guilt trip. The classic, unbeatable move. They were referring to the loan they gave me for my college tuition. A loan I had been diligently paying back every single month, ahead of schedule. They were using it as leverage, a tool to manipulate me into submission. "This isn't about not wanting to help," I argued, my frustration growing. "I can help Chloe look for an apartment. I can help her with a deposit. I can even let her crash on my couch for a week or two while she searches. But moving in indefinitely is not an option." "See," my dad said, pointing his fork at me. "So selfish. Always thinking about yourself. Your sister needs a stable place to live, not a couch for a week. She needs her big sister to step up." Chloe finally looked up, her eyes watery. "It's okay," she mumbled. "I don't want to be a bother. I'll figure something else out." And there it was. The final play. Now I wasn't just selfish. I was the mean older sister, making my sweet, innocent sibling cry. The pressure in the room was suffocating. My parents were staring at me with indignation, and Chloe was playing the victim perfectly. I felt my resolve beginning to crack. Maybe I was being unreasonable. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but then I thought about my peaceful evenings, my clean apartment, my sanity. I had fought tooth and nail for my independence. I couldn't just surrender it because my family decided it was convenient for them. This wasn't just about a living arrangement. It was about respect. It was about acknowledging that I was an adult with my own life, not an extension of their plans. "No," I said, my voice firm this time. The word hung in the air, heavy and final. "I'm sorry, but the answer is no. I will not have Chloe move in with me. My decision is not up for debate." Silence. My mother looked like I had slapped her. My father's face turned red with anger. "After everything we've done for you," he started, his voice rising. "Stop," I interrupted. "Don't use what you've done for me as a weapon. I am grateful for everything, and I've shown that. But my home is my boundary. It's not a family hotel. I'm happy to help Chloe in other ways, very tangible ways, but she cannot live with me." I looked at Chloe. "And you," I said, my tone softening slightly. "You're a capable adult. You can find your own place. It's part of growing up. I'll be there to support you, but you need to do this for yourself. Relying on mom and dad to arrange your life for you has to stop." Chloe just stared at me, a mixture of shock and resentment in her eyes. The rest of the dinner was eaten in a tense, unbearable silence. I knew I had ignited a family war. When I left, no one walked me to the door. I drove home with a pit in my stomach, wondering if I had just destroyed my relationship with my family. The next few weeks were a storm of angry texts from my parents and complete radio silence from Chloe. They called me ungrateful, selfish, and cold-hearted. They tried every emotional blackmail tactic in the book. It was incredibly painful. There were moments I almost caved, just to make it stop, but I held my ground. I reminded myself that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's necessary for self-preservation. I continued to pay back my loan. I even sent Chloe links to apartment listings and offered, again, to help with the deposit. She ignored them. About a month later, I got a text from Chloe. Found a place with a roommate. It said, moving in next week. There was no thank you, no apology, just a simple statement. I replied, that's great news. Let me know if you need help moving. She didn't respond. Things are still frosty between us. Family dinners are off the table for now. It hurts, but a strange thing has happened. I feel lighter. I feel more in control of my own life. By saying no, I taught them, and myself, that my life belongs to me. It was a brutal lesson, and the fallout is far from over, but standing up for myself, for my home, and for my peace of mind was the best decision I ever made. Sometimes, protecting your peace means disappointing the people you love. And that's a price I'm willing to pay. Thanks so much for watching. If you've ever been in a similar situation, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.